Hey guys, hope you're having a great day. Today is Thursday. Happy Thursday morning to you. I hope that your morning is going well. My morning is starting out really good, really good. I had a nice, yesterday was a long day. It just took all day doing what I wanted to do, and then I was working on editing, and then I was editing some extra videos, and it was just long, and I had like intentions to like do the fruit and get it filmed for the one day, and you know, get outside. We have a project outside we're doing, and so it just was not happening. And so I had coffee. Big mistake over 45. When you hit that certain age, it's like coffee just works opposite. In the morning I can do like 2 cups. If I don't have coffee, I'll still survive. I can just drink water and be fine too. I just like a nice warm cup of coffee in the morning. So I made the mistake of having coffee in the afternoon because I was feeling a little tired, and I'm like, oh, it's good, I'll just, you know, have some coffee. And so then meanwhile nighttime came, and it was like 10, and then it was like I worked right up until 10 o'clock last night. It was long, and then I laid in bed, and I was like, okay, I'm not tired. I'm like, but I was tired. Like I was tired, like I didn't want to go out. Like the pool was warm. Usually we turn on the pool every day so we can swim at nighttime, and so I'm like, the pool's warm, I could go swim, but I'm like, I don't feel that energized to go swim. You know, I just didn't want to go out and do that. But I'm like, surely I'll fall asleep. No, I did not. So I've been doing good, and I thought I've been trying to really focus on not wasting my time on my phone watching like things that are not going to be encouraging to me. I deleted a couple different apps on my phone that I was watching just in my spare time because I need downtime. Doesn't everybody need downtime? And so I just went, why am I watching this? You know, and God's reminded me over and over for many times when I fail that like, you want to get out of that bad headspace, then you got to watch what you're watching. You got to watch what you're spending your time doing. And I'm like, you're exactly right. And it's like, so the enemy just tries harder every single day. And so I'm like, so I've been avoiding that, which is good. And then reading my Bible. And so I do a Bible channel. There's another Bible channel that I do every day where we read God's word together Monday through Friday, just to get the word of me. And so I've been filming that, but I filmed that like ahead of time because I couldn't physically do all of that in one day along with vlogs for you guys every day. So I started doing ahead and doing the book of Proverbs. So I started reading the book of Proverbs for myself and just reading through it, and I was just like encouraged. And I was reading the 4th one today, but yesterday I read the 3rd one. And you know, the book of Proverbs is very, very encouraging book to live by. It's like it's got so much in each chapter. And so I was reading through it. I wrote it down in my little notes here, and I wrote, God promises you a long life that is worth living, and it's peaceful and wholeness. You're going to be fulfilled. You're going to have prosperity. You're not going to be in lack. And I put down, in all your ways, acknowledge Him. You got to make sure that you do that, obviously, in all your things. And instead of, I turn away from all evil, like all evil. And it's gossip, and it's reading gossip, it's watching gossip, it's anything that is degrading and not of God. It's like, stay away from it because it's evil. It's going to be, if you stay away from those things, it's going to be health to your mind, health to your body, your nerves, your muscles, inner parts, and restoration to your body and your soul. And I thought, how many times is it easy? It's easy. Because you're tempted. You're so tempted to hear, oh, what's going on with this person? What happened to this person? Where are they at? What's going on with this? And it's so tempted to get wrapped up in things. And so God says to stay far, far from it. And I thought, you know what? Like, it doesn't matter. You know, there's people that I watch that go through things, and I know it's probably a bad time in their life, and I'm like, pray for them. Pray for them. If you know a friend's going through something, pray for them. Just like if you see somebody online. And so I thought, you know what? I'm like, yeah, you could deep dive and try to find what someone speculates about that person, or that person wants to say that they know, even though they don't even know the person, is going on in their life. And I'm like, why would you give the enemy like a tiny little bit of that in your life? Like, why would you do this? When you do that, you open the door to the enemy, because that person, they're not Satan, but they're being used by the enemy. So it's like, if you open that door a little bit, just like, you just gotta crack, just watch it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And then you know what? Is once you let that door open, Satan has the ability and the domain to come into your life and do things to you. And it's not like he's going to come and kill you, but he's going to put thoughts in your head. He's going to put stumbling blocks in your life, and it drags you down. And it's not that if you're watching it full blown, you think, oh, I just want to know what's going on. I just want to justify. And I'm like, why do we do that? Why do we do that as humans? It's so, I think of like back in the day. I mean, they're still big, right? Like tabloids. Like, remember in, I don't even know if they do that. Do they even have tabloids? They do in the grocery stores, right? It's been a long time since I've seen magazines. There are magazines. Yeah, there are. Like Walmart has some. But remember when they used to be like right at the checkout aisle? And it was like National Enquirer. And I don't even know what the other ones were. I can't remember. I just remember those ones. But it was like just like magazines that just gossip and tell the truth and tell these stories. And I'm like, it's the enemy going after. But how tempting it was. I was tempted. I know we would get a magazine. Like Greg and I back in the day, and we'd drive, and we were young. We were young, much younger. We'd drive around, we'd grab a magazine, and we'd go drive around and read it when we were we just like to get in the car and drive around and have snacks and just read. And so just crazy. And I think, yeah, it's like, why do we care? Why do we care like that? It's like, why would we not care? Why would we want the enemy like be any part of that? So it just, reading God's word is like, so it makes you just go, why are you doing these things? It's like, I want to have long life. I want to have wholeness. I want to have sound mind. I want to have all those things. Well, then I got to stay away from all kinds of evil. And it's so hard not to. It's a temptation. I get it. I'm a human. I understand. And I'm like, you know what? I was watching something yesterday and a friend online, and I was just like, you know what? Pray for them and just encourage them and just know that God's going to get them through these things. And it's like, but stay away from that garbage, because you're just giving the enemy a foothold to things. And it's just, it's yuck. So anyways, so that's how I started my day today, is just reading God's word and being encouraged. And I'm like, okay, I'm ready to start my day. Even though I was feeling kind of yucky, it's like women that go through things. I'm going through my time of life, not like necessarily what people ask before. Are you going through menopause? I don't know. Am I? Does any woman ever know when they really go through it? But I am 40, I'm 48, right? 48, I have to remember my age. Does anybody else forget their age but me? 48, so like that menopause, menopausal age. Yes, you go through those things. So yeah, you feel things. Like, is there like a sign that says, this is what you get exactly when you go through that? No, there's like different symptoms here and there that you get, but it's like you feel much worse. And I had a friend, a good friend, explain to me, and I was like, this is perfect. And she explained it like, she says, oh, you'll go through the emotions, she's going through all the up and down. You're going to hate this person, love this person, and cry for this reason, and have all these things, and feel a little crazy. And then she said, it's like your body is returning back to when you first started the process. And I thought it was a good analogy, like the process when you first started having your girl time. And so it's like your body repeats that, goes through those crazy emotions to get like hormones and everything going crazy, and then it's like, boom, it's gone. It's like, okay, no big deal. And so I thought about that. I remember being a young, however old I was, 12, 13 years old, and like feeling that craziness inside, like the skin crawling, I'm talking about, ladies. Where those hormones, and not terrible, like I know some women get it so bad, I don't feel that bad ever, but it does remind you, like, it is like that time. And I'm like, I remember feeling those. So I'm reminded that, it's a natural process. It's part of it. So like, take the time you need, rest when you need, do your thing. It's like, even though it's like exercise, do your thing, you're going to naturally put on weight. That's just part of it. I know a lot of women don't. And I think of a lot of women where they're at my age, and I think their status in life, what they're going through, necessarily maybe not, same situation. So I get that. So I'm like, just to not be discouraged during that time and just keep going through. It's like, what are you going to do? It's, like I do social media, so people see when I gain weight, people see that. And yeah, people do their things because whatever. It's like, okay. But so you just got to do, you got to make yourself feel healthy. And I think it starts with your mind. That's the number one. If like you take care of this up here, the rest, it'll be fine. It'll be fine, because it doesn't matter. You're doing your thing. I know we're swimming, we're eating, we're enjoying life, we're doing things happy, joyful, peaceful. That's the key to like feeling good through things. It's like, don't get so distraught over a number, feeling like you have to look like certain things. You may see people online that are your age, and you're like, wow, they've really cut down, they've done things, but like you don't know their whole picture. Like, are they going through separation? Are they going through a time in their life where they're lonely and they need somebody, so they have to do those things? I know at that age, a lot of people get separated after this time, and it's like, they may, I don't know. You know what I mean? And sometimes you just have that extra time to do those things, and that's great. Awesome. I know for me, I'm like, gosh, I would love to spend my days at the gym. I would love to, but I'm like, the time is none. The time is none. It's like, from the moment I wake up, it's like I focus on doing the things for me that are like, bring peace to me. And I'm like, I would much rather do that than go to the gym in the morning. I would much rather spend some time having coffee with my husband. I would much rather sit and read God's word. I'd much rather sit and enjoy the sunshine for a few minutes before I start my day. And so you got to pick whatever your life. That doesn't mean that maybe might not want to do that. But right now it's more important for me for mental health and staying that way in my life and just going through, because like today I woke up and I just didn't feel amazing, and I'm like, and I'm like, okay, but I looked ahead to my life, and I'm like, okay, this is normal time to feel this way. And I'm like, So don't have huge expectations. I know I have scheduled a nail appointment because I have to go get my nails done. I had one rip off and I'm like, that's a good thing to do at this time. And I kind of get those self-care days. It's not gonna be a whole day self-care, but a few hours just to go. And my nail person's awesome. She's encouraging and just, we just chat and it's just like sitting with a friend, which is, you know, isn't that crazy? But I love it. So that's on my list today too, is get my nails done. That's one thing I started doing in the mountains years ago, is getting, like, some women go get their hair done, some women go to the salon. I don't do that stuff. I cut my own hair, do that, but I do enjoy getting my nails done. And so I just do a powder dip in my nails and a gel on my toes. I'm not like, my girls are amazing with like hair, makeup, and beauty. They know how to do things. They know how to pluck their eyebrows properly. They know how to do their nails properly, file and paint and make them look good. I am just not gifted in that area. Never have been. Like, the reason I probably don't wear makeup is because it's not my gifting, and maybe that's a good thing, because my girls, you know, they buy all their little facial beauty things and they're like, I'm gonna, do this on your skin, mom, and do that. I'm like, water, girls, water and no makeup. Water and no makeup, you're good to go. So everybody's different, but that, for me, that's something I do. So I spend that money every month and get my nails done. So I have to, usually I go, and when I get it done, it's like, and I'm doing stuff. I guess I'm not a normal person, and I do projects and I do extra things, and I'm busy and I'm doing lots. So I have a lot of roughness on my nails, and my nail lady knows that, so she puts them on extra thick. And so the other day I was carrying a box outside and I was pushing it in those chairs, and I flung the box. It was really heavy, and it ripped the nail off, and I was like, ah. And so I remember telling her, as soon as the nails pop off, one pops off, I'm calling you. So I did, because usually I do one and I'm like, I'll wait a few days, and then like a few more will rip, and that'll be a whole nother week, and then I get in there and they're all down to nothing. So I got a hold of her yesterday, and she's like, absolutely, come on in. So I'm gonna go in this afternoon and get my nails done. So that'll be a good relaxing day. So for me, yesterday was a little long and crazy, and I know I need a little bit more time to kind of chill. So that is a good focus for me to go and do those things. So, okay, that was a lot of chatting there. Did I give you any encouragement? I was gonna give you some encouragement. I have a list of encouragement. I've got some scripture here for you. And I think this is a good one. It talks about like the book of Proverbs. And this one is from Psalm 51:10. It says, create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. And I think that goes back to all the things that I've been talking about in the book of Proverbs. And it's, you want your heart to be good. You know, you want to have, like, not have unforgiveness in there. You might think you forgave a person. You might think you forgive. There's certain things that I know I'll go through, and I'm like, why does that bother me? So if there's something in your life, think about it. If you go through things and something just irks you, or something bothers you more, like something with your kids, something with your spouse, something with a friend or a family member, or just general in life, and go, all right, what is it, Lord? Why am I so bothered by that? Like, it's not the person. It's you. I know, you can blame the person. Even though if they're doing wrong, it doesn't matter. But it ultimately starts with you. So I know the other day I was thinking about something. I'm like, why does that bother me so much? And I'm like, surely I've forgiven. Surely I've gotten rid of that. And then I had to like turn it on myself and go, yeah, but what is it I haven't forgiven in myself pertaining to that? Like, what have I not given to you, God? And God reminded me real quick, there were some areas in my life that I know I had not forgiven. And I went, oh. And so once I was able to like release that, let that go out of me, like, it becomes easier to do that for other people. God's not going to be able to, you're not going to be able to forgive and say you forgive if you don't forgive things within yourself as well. So constantly asking God, okay, what is it I need to do to make myself better? What do I need to do better to strive after a heart? I want my heart clean. I want my heart pure. I want to have clean hands and a pure heart, Lord, in everything I do. So it starts with things like that. So I know that was just one thing that happened to me this week, and I was like, okay. And then it's like, it goes on. So when the instant comes up again, I won't go, it might bother me a little bit, but it won't bother me as bad. And I'll be like, okay, I need to forgive. And like it goes, and like a few times later, you don't even think about it. So asking God for a clean heart, focusing on the things, keeping your focus on good things. It's really easy to get wrapped up in things that are not godly. What I started watching, I think I started telling this, is Pilgrim's Progress. I've never read that book. I know it's like a Christian book. It's a classic. I know a lot of people have read it. I have not read it. So there was a movie on YouTube, Pilgrim's Progress. So I started watching it and I fell asleep, but I'm like, okay, that was a good little movie. So I'm like, maybe I have to watch that with the kids here for school. We'll do a video. So that was what I kept my focus on yesterday. So, okay, I'm chatting away here. I started last night. I edited, I came down for a little bit, and I was getting dinner set because, and that was really good, by the way. So good. The potatoes are so good with the kielbasa, the green beans, and then we put that pineapple sauce on. Oh my goodness, that sauce is, I have to say, delicious. It reminds me of, I used to go to Chili's. This is way back then. They don't even have it anymore. They had a Southwestern egg roll, I think it was, with black beans, corn, and really crispy egg rolls. And then they had a dipping sauce. I thought it was sweet chili sauce. It might have been, but it reminded me of that pineapple sauce where it was sweet but spice, and it was so good, so delicious. So anyways, delicious. We had that for dinner, and then I came down and cut up all of the fruit because I wanted to get that done. So let me show you all of those clips here. Okay, first I wanted to check on my popsicles here. These things were taking forever in this freezer because constantly being opened up, getting ice out, so I had to constantly keep putting these sticks up because they kept falling over. So would I ever do this again? No, I'd put it in my other freezer, but the other freezer was full, so I wasn't able to put a whole tray out there, but it worked. So we got it eventually. I just didn't get to do it all in one day, so I feel like I was constantly going back and putting those sticks up and down real slow. And then I was starting on the fruit. I got all the fruit out here. So we have strawberries, and we had raspberries and blackberries, and washing those off, getting those all cleaned up for us to have. They disappear so quick in our house, so quick in our house. I had to laugh because we had all of this out last night, and I went upstairs and we ate some for dinner, and then I went upstairs. I had the girls come pick up and put stuff away, and when I came back, I laughed. Greg said something. He's like, well, how about you get some blackberries and raspberries and strawberries? It was at nighttime, and I'm like, okay, let me go get that for a snack. And I came down and there was none. I'm like, where are all the berries? I'm like, they're completely gone. So when you have, 8 people, yeah, they're gone in like 2 seconds like that. It's like, what would you get? 1 berry each? There's just not that many, but that's okay. We wanted to have, that's why I don't give them a lot, because they're expensive. And it's like, they go so quick. So it made us go, I think we need to get some berry bushes. We had some in the mountains. They weren't producing really anything because it was new, but I'm like, we're going to have to get some of those to plant. I said they probably grow really well here in Florida. So I was just cutting. I wasn't sure if I was going to do a tray. I did 2, and then I'm like, I was thinking the container, oh, I'll have some for later. No, that all disappeared real quick. Like, they don't stay. I know people, I think people order it and they get like 1 or 2 kids. I'm like, oh my goodness, with 6 kids, it's just gone. And it would go so quick. So, but it's good. I mean, delicious and yummy. It's a good thing to have. And the strawberries, everything was really good. We got all this from the Detweiler store, and it was very good stuff. And then the next one is, this is dragon fruit. Yes, dragon fruit. Okay, so it's funny because my kids, I'm like, how do you cut this? So they like watch enough YouTube videos that they knew exactly what to do with this. So I'm like, that's cool. So it was very simple. Just cut the ends off and then kind of got cut through a little bit, and then it peels right off. So I cut one, and Steven wanted to cut one, but he was, he's like, he didn't want to be on camera. So I took him off. But so he cut that, and then this is jackfruit. Okay, this one, again, another one I had no idea. I'm like, what do you do with this? But Steven, it smelled like a juicy fruit gum. That's what it smells like. And Steven, again, he knew what to do. So you take the seeds out and you kind of plop these things out on here. Like the yellow part, I wasn't really sure. I know the yellow, there's like stringy stuff on here. You're not supposed to eat that. But I was like, after I Googled and kind of looked it up, it's like you can make tacos and stuff with this. I'm like, not bad. So it was just one of those things to try. It's like we were trying it for just a thing to try for school, and let's see what it's like. So this, I'm just kind of peeling these out with a spoon. Maybe there's an easier way. I just looked at a couple quick videos, and then I looked at the seeds, and I'm like, ooh, can you plant those seeds and have jackfruit trees? But I'm like, do we really want a jackfruit? Or the jackfruit, it wouldn't be a tree because it's a huge thing. I've seen them at the store, and I know they're huge. It'd be like, they were the size of a watermelon at the store. So then I'm like, oh, there's another side. So I kind of tried to scoop it all out. It didn't really, like I said, I was like, what do I do with all of this? I'm like, I think I got everything out of here, but it was kind of a neat looking thing. Kids enjoyed looking at it, trying different things. And this is a guava. Never had a guava before, so it said just cut it up like a pear. And so I'm like, okay. To me, it tastes like a pear. So it wasn't bad cutting. I think they said wait till it's a little bit softer, which it felt like a hard pear. But again, we were just trying different things. And then I'm like, and then I have the mango here. Now, after having that really good mango from my husband's coworker, like these didn't even compare, and they were real hard. So yeah, I probably could have let it sit. I have 2. I only cut 1 because I'm like, it was definitely really firm. And then I'm like, ooh. So I was watching the shorts there, and they said if it's really hard, just peel it like a piece of fruit. So this one I cut like that, and I'm like, all right, we're gonna get this out of here. It was okay. Like I said, after having those really good ones, definitely these taste more piney, I think. And I know when we moved here, we got a couple other ones too, and it was like that. So I'm excited. We've got a little tree to plant. We'll get to that hopefully next week. I've got to do it, but not bad. So I'm cutting as best I can on here. I didn't cut the other one because I'm like, let me just save that one because I feel like it's gonna, it's just definitely not ripe yet. And we got lots and lots of grapes in here. Grapes are always favorite. These are really good, by the way. Very, very good. I'm glad I got them there. And then these ones were just little plums. Or nectarines, I don't even know, plums, red plums. So I just cut one up just to make sure everybody had some, and then I was on to the oranges. So it was really hard because my nails are kind of outgrowing, kind of hard to peel. This is an orange peeler. I think I saw a video where a wife had her husband make her something to peel an orange with. I'm like, orange peelers, they've been around since I was a kid. And so I had someone send us like 10 one time. I had to laugh. I'm like, so cute. So we have orange peelers for days, but this worked out. But it was this one was a little bit harder. This was the red one, and it was a little bit more like falling apart. I'm like, is it just the orange, or is it just the way I peeled it? And like I said, it was kind of hard with my nails being longer. Thus, I'm gonna go get them cut down today. So, but not bad. And this one stuck. This was the bell one, right? I think this is the bell one, yeah. This one, it kind of stuck a little bit, but not too bad. So I'm like, okay. But I want, again, we just wanted to try all the different varieties here so we can see which ones we like the most. And then the last one here, this reminded me of the ones more when I was a kid that we would get sent from Florida to our home, because we would get a box every year, just like nice and fleshy. I guess fleshy is the word, right? Like the peel just comes off almost in one piece. So this was good too. But I was trying to peel, and then, like I said, trying to peel with my nails and hurry, because it was almost dinner time, and I'm like, okay, get this done, get this done. The race to get these things done. I'm like, so we got them out here. This worked out really good, and I had everybody. And then this was a grapefruit. I got yellow ones at Sam's Club for Greg, I don't know, a couple months ago, and they were just not very good. And someone said, get them from a stand. And I did see a stand by us that had some, but this I think is probably the same. It's ruby red, so much better flavor, much better, more like what we were used to. So I was glad to get these all out. And again, wanted kids to try, because some of them have never tried grapefruit before, because we don't get it all the time. That was the point, is just expanding palate, trying things differently. It's good to do that once in a while. So then I had my cantaloupe here, checking stuff in the oven. I had rolls in there for dinner. And then the cantaloupe, that's good. This one I just got from Aldi. So I didn't do the one from Detweiler's yet, but it was still good. So I'm anxious to see, because at Detweiler's it said that watermelon was due to whatever, something in the industry. Remember, they were like $15. So I'm like, are they going to be that price everywhere, or is that just local ones? I don't know. I guess I'll see when I go to Sam's Club, because the last one I got from Publix was really good to have. So it was just a small one, and I was surprised being so early. So this is good. It wasn't super ripe, but it was still, cantaloupe's cantaloupe. I like cantaloupe any kind. When it was ripe, it's a little bit better. And I forgot I had pineapple. I'm like, oh, we totally had this pineapple from the discount store. So it was a little more worn, I guess is the word, but it worked. I'm like, let me cut it off here. I was going to save the top and plant it. I think I have a friend here, and she showed me how to plant a pineapple plant. I'm like, what? You literally just stick in the ground? It makes like this bush, and then it outgrows a pineapple. Maybe we'll do that eventually one day, but I was like, where am I going to stick this at for now? Because it gets pretty big. That'll be an experiment one day to do that. So got that cut up, and I didn't save the top because it was looking kind of yucky. So I've got all our fruit right here. It looks delicious and yummy and good to go. A nice little tray for us to all munch and grab from. So these were the ones. Strawberries, winner. Oh, yes, definitely a winner. Grapes were delicious. The blueberries, they like them. They're not like a favorite, but they like them. Raspberries, gone. Blackberries, gone. This stuff, the dragon fruit, everybody had some. Some said it was seedy. Some said it was too slimy. This grapefruit, nobody really liked grapefruit. The orange ones, those were okay. The red ones were okay. These ones were good, and these ones were really good too. So probably the middle ones were our favorite, but they were still good. Grapes, always a winner, especially good ones. So the jackfruit I thought was really, really good. I slowed the video clip down here because I wanted to talk. This to me tasted like a cantaloupe, like a ripe cantaloupe. The texture is a little different, but not bad at all. I think I read and they said it tasted or smelled like juicy fruit gum, which I think it really does. Is juicy fruit cantaloupe tasting? I don't know, but it was actually not bad. So nobody else liked it. I can see myself finishing and maybe eating this today. So I'm like, I'll focus on eating that up because, that's like $7 worth of fruit. But the spotted seeded one, the jackfruits, I think Stephen was the only one that said, I like it. The other ones thought it tasted rotten and yucky. So I'm like, hey, that works. And then the guava wasn't bad. It tasted like a pear. That's what we thought, a pear. And then that was the mango, more like pine, I guess. And then the plum was good too. Cantaloupe was good, not as ripe, and the pineapple was really good because it was like very overripe. So not bad on the flavor test. This is a good thing. And then what I wanted to do is we wanted to get out the dehydrator and we had to do a little project for school. So haven't used a dehydrator since the mountains. And so I'll do it more maybe as fruit gets more in season here, and I can dehydrate a few things, maybe apples, things like that. We'll see. I always like those. But we needed to do some banana chips. So I got some water and the lemon juice here. And I'm slicing up the bananas real thin so we can do some of these. These work really good. The trays, my other I had one that doesn't have the little fruit tray on it, like it's like the screen that holds it so it doesn't fall through, and these for each tray has a screen, so I was really glad because then it fits a little bit nicer. You don't have to kind of peel them off. I used to use parchment paper all the time. So I did bananas, and then I cut up some strawberries really thin as well. I was gonna do some of the exotic fruit, but they said like dragon fruit was not very good to dehydrate. So I'm like, okay, we'll keep it with what we know. So I did strawberries on here and the bananas. And then I'm like, what else can I dehydrate here out of our fruit stash for our project? And so I'm like, let me do some pineapple. So I got some pineapple real thin here. I should have cut it originally, but I wasn't sure I was gonna do that with this. We have done marshmallows in the dehydrator. Those are really fun. Mini ones, I didn't have any, but mini ones are really good. They kind of puff up and they're crispy and hard. So that was always fun to do, like for winter time, like mix like a little snowball. We had those and you give them away as gifts. The kids really enjoy that. So I've got those here nice and thin for my trays. I'm like, this is good here. And then I thought, let me do some cantaloupe because I've had dried cantaloupe before and I like that. And like I said, it wasn't like super sweet because it's a little bit just not completely ripe, but still good. So I put my dehydrator right here and I loaded in my fruit. I didn't want to put it on the counter because it was going to be pretty warm. I used to put on my little bench like this in the mountains and just slide them in. There's more trays. I just didn't do all of them because I only had these 4 trays in here. And this worked out so good. I turned it was late at night. I think it was like 6 o'clock maybe at night and turned it on and had it go. I think I had this go for 8 hours. I kept coming out and checking it and then had it. And then I'm back to Popsicles. Okay, so this is right before I went to bed. They finally froze up. I'm like, oh my goodness. So I was trying to like pour this in here with the pitcher. Yeah, a little impossible. So I ended up getting like a measuring cup and pouring it in here. And this worked out a little bit better. Okay, so I should have let the red sit for longer because as I'm pouring on the lemonade, I can see it's almost melting the red, so it's turning a little more pinkish tint. I'm like, that's okay, it'll still taste delicious, but again, it was more, I should not have put it here. You need to put it out in the freezer where it stays good and hard and frozen. So I did a little voiceover on my video here so I can see because I filmed it without doing a voiceover on there. So I am gonna keep moving on with my day. So I got this stuff, look at this is done. This made my cantaloupe right here. Oh yeah, nice and crisp. These are really good. I'm gonna take these out. We have dehydrated so many things over here, like strawberries, like this. We'll take them in the kitchen. Pineapple. And bananas. Oh, I've never done bananas. I've had a dehydrator for years. We've never done the banana part. I like it because it's on these trays. We'll get those off. I was just looking in my book because I have my recipes, so I have banana chips in here. Something I never thought to do in here, because I've done the marshmallows. We've done jerky before. They didn't have a jerky in here. Is kale chips. Anybody else make kale chips? Remember when they were like all the rage? I remember making those in my oven. And it wasn't bad to do, but you could do them in the dehydrator. I'm like, what? I didn't even think about it in there. And they had cauliflower popcorn. I thought that was kind of a neat thing. So the kale chips, I might try those kale chips now. That would probably be really good. And then it had sweet almonds because it would just be dry. I'm like, that's a neat idea. And spicy cashews. So not bad. I'm like, those will be something to try here, but I'm thinking the kale chips would be really good. You literally do your head of kale, olive oil, salt, like you just coat it with topping, sea salt, cayenne pepper, crushed red pepper, ground black pepper, and fresh lemon juice, and let it dehydrate. That would be really, really good. And if you want to re-crisp soften chips, return to the dehydrator. Very cool. So this is good. Works really good. I mean, it's like good quality. It's a great thing. That's what I love about dehydrators. They come so long. I remember back in the day having the round one and barely putting stuff in it to fit. You know, the tiny little thing that you had, and I'm like, then they've like, because that was expensive, and now these big ones, because these big ones used to be so expensive, and I used to like long for those. And so we've had a few over the years, and I'm like, I've been able to pass them along, and so it's just nice to have one because you never know what you're dehydrate. I'm gonna go, let's go in the kitchen, we'll take these off the trays. So these, I just actually had one of these. I've never had my own dehydrated bananas because I've always bought them, and I feel like they were always very plain. Look at how it's got, I guess we can separate them. Let's do like that. So I just sampled a banana one. I've never had my own dehydrated bananas. Like I've always bought, you know, at the store. So it's got the tray, like you can use the tray, and then look at this, it just should pop right off. Let's see, yeah, it'll just peel off. So I just ate one of these, way different than, like you get them at the store, and they just don't taste very banana-y. You know how it is. You taste it and you're like, there's no flavor on this. So this was very, very good. Hard when you have nails. I'm gonna have to get something to plop it off with. So we have those bananas there, so they taste really. Let's try the pineapple here. Oh yeah. Have you ever had dehydrated pineapple? It is so juicy and delicious. At the store, I don't feel it's very good. I've had freeze-dried pineapple, and that flavor tastes just like this one. So doing it yourself is just so much more flavorful. And it's very expensive, I know, buying these things at the store. So we might dehydrate some more stuff here over the, the summer and the fall. We get a little bit more stuff. I know apples, we did a lot of apples in the mountains because we lived in apple country. And they were very good if we sprinkled some cinnamon sugar on it. So good. So let's try the strawberries here, probably be just as good. Oh yeah, very flavorful. These didn't stick as bad. The bananas definitely stuck. A little bit more sugars and stuff in there. These will be fun. And to me, it tastes like the freeze-dried fruit without being freeze-dried, just dehydrated. I watch some backpackers that dehydrate all their food. Like they'll just take real food and like dehydrate it down so they can reheat it when they're on their backpack trip. And I'm like, that is so cool. I mean, you can just literally dehydrate everything. So I know they do soups and like whole meals, which is awesome. Oh, I got my cantaloupe stuck to the bottom of this. Okay, let's try one of these. Okay, that's really good too. That's so interesting. Dehydrated just tastes good. Real dehydrated, not the store stuff. The store stuff is not going to have the same flavor at all on the food. So I know this is good. I know a lot of people, like, I don't get into the whole like prepper thing, but a lot of people do. That's completely fine, whatever God shows them to do. But like they do their meals, they have them on hold. I get it because, if there's no power to do things, it's just easy to reheat up with some water. So not bad. Another way to preserve food if you want to. I think that's a great thing. So good deal on the dehydrator. Okay, let me pick up my mess here. Let me show you all the other stuff that I didn't get to finish last night. Update on the pineapple bars yesterday. Okay, listen, this is how it's getting eaten in my house. Look at that. I know, I'm guilty on there too. These are really good, and this did get hard, a little bit hardened. So what I need to do is a little less on the frosting. Either that or more on the filling. Just probably less than the frosting, less than the frosting. So I probably would make the crust a little bit crispier, so cook it longer, and either more filling or I could go more. I was thinking it would overfill the pan. I'd probably double the filling the recipe I did, and then a little less than the frosting because the frosting is kind of too sweet. It's sweet, but like you have enough of the filling on the inside. So I'm gonna do this one again because I really like this, and that will be a good thing to have. What else did we make yesterday? Oh, popsicles. We gotta finish those. Let me get out my yogurt real quick and show you that. I'm only gonna bring 2 out. I put most of them out in the garage, but look at, see that? That right there is good homemade yogurt. See how it's nice and thick? That's what you want for your homemade yogurt. You don't want it drippy. So in here it doesn't, I mean, you can't even see it. I'll open it though. Look at that. That's good yogurt right there. I was very happy. I was like, oh yeah, it's like back in the olden days. So I have this, and I have strawberry sauce. Remember when I made all that strawberry sauce a couple weeks ago? I put it in the freezer. I took it out, thawed it. They'll put this on top, and I have granola back there. So that'll be breakfast, and they'll be good to go for today. And then the other thing I'm gonna do is my popsicle, the top layer of the bomb pop. So that is gonna require blue. I was just thinking, yeah, it's blue. It's like, hopefully it's blue, like blue raspberry or blue raspberry lemonade. So, like I said, I did the yellow in there, and that'll be good. Used to have one. I was thinking about it. I'm like, it used to be like an Arctic Blast or something, and it was white, or it was the dye-free version of, Kool-Aid. This is, I don't know. Maybe it's more in other stores. I don't know. Down here, I don't see it. Like we did. I'm just thinking where I looked at Ingles, but I didn't look at all of them, obviously. Ingles had just a few, like a pack of a mixture of them, and Walmart very little, but you know what? I did look at one Walmart. It just didn't really have a lot of stuff anyways. I don't know. We'll see, but this will work. This is gonna be good. I saw another mom yesterday did some, what she call them, freezy cups or something for kids in her neighborhood. I'm like, yeah, that's what they are. So I'm gonna mix this up here. Look at my bags. I need to fill those up with ice too. This one a little bit more, because I know the cups are pretty full. Okay, let's get this with the measuring cup, and then we'll go fill those up. Let's see how we do. Yay! Okay, so see how they definitely turned pink all the way up. They're a little bit lighter, a little bit, but not full-blown white, and that was because I was in a hurry. So let me fill these up with the blue Kool-Aid. I'm laughing. You don't want to be that kid that has the bent one. Nothing worse than making them when they go. Do it where you can take the tray out and it'll be much better, but it's good. You know what? It doesn't have to be perfect. That's the beautiful thing. Let me get my ice up here. So what I like to do is keep some ice in bags because our water here, in the winter it gets chilly, but not like right now, it's pretty warm. So if you really want cold water from your tap, like doesn't always come out because it's a little bit warmer. So I'm gonna take the ice that I have here, I like to put in a couple bags, keep in the freezer. So if this, like sometimes this makes good ice, but if I forget to like pull the ice forward, it doesn't. I didn't know that. Someone told me that. Like, so I was like, why is it not making a ton of ice? So you gotta make sure you pull it forward to get it. So I'm gonna put these in bags here. You know what, let me show you something. So can we just appreciate this? My Madeline is a good towel folder. I'm not. I don't care to. I just like fold haphazardly. Look at that. Look at the Norwex and the towels. Nice and neat. I'm like, oh, it reminds me of my mom would come to visit. And I have some kids that like to fold. I just don't. I never did. My mom had a beauty shop, and I remember she had towels, like white towels, and she would have to fold those every, I don't know, it was every day or whatever. She'd wash them, so she paid me like, I don't know, 50 cents a quarter for a load or something like that. I did not like folding towels at all. At all. I just do not like folding. I'm not, but for me, I'm not like a straight line person. So maybe that's why I don't care. Like I fold them. People watch me fold stuff and they're like, that's so terrible, I'd have a stress attack. But like, I don't like cut straight lines. I don't, if I draw a straight line, I don't draw a straight line. So maybe that has to do something with the towels. I don't know. If I had to, I would sit down and make them perfectly neat, but I guess it's one of those things that I don't really care to. But I have some kids that like to fold nice, and Lauren, she's a good folder. I'm trying to think of Brooklyn, she's a good folder. And Maddie, and I'm sure there's more. Those ones stick out to me that do really good folding. But I'm like, so anyways, my mom would come visit, and she's awesome because she would just like, I'd find, you know, my kitchen drawers, I would just throw them in the thing and she'd like fold them. So when she left, I would open up my drawer and it'd have nice and folded towels everywhere. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So love the folded things. She didn't go and fold like my socks, things that I don't care. I'm like a throw in the drawer kind of person that just doesn't. I hang out my dresses, I hang out my shirts, but everything else like leggings, underclothes, those, I just throw them in the drawer. She would fold them all nice and neat. And I'm like, oh yeah, I know everybody's different, so you just gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, let me put this back in here now, carefully. I looked in my freezer and it's, I have a lot of stuff on the bottom, but it's like stuff that goes on the top when the popsicles are gone. So we'll go through that later. This I'm gonna put in the garage and I'm gonna grab stuff for dinner tonight. I'll show you this way, so it's a messy kitchen. So I'm thinking ahead to food today. So we have yogurt for breakfast, there's bagels, the little ones I got at the discount store for $1.50 for breakfast, there's cereal. Plenty of breakfast, lunch, there's like a lot, there's like soup in there, there is leftover dinner, there's fruits and veggies sandwich material, peanut butter and jelly. So I'm thinking, I'm not gonna worry about those two. That's like off my radar, don't even think about it. And then I'm gonna focus on dinner. And I'm making it now. Yes, it's only, what's the clock at? 10 o'clock, 10:10, my clock's over there, 10:07. But I have to do school here and I have to do, get out the door before the afternoon and be gone for a while. So I don't want to come back and do dinner. Somebody else can make it, but it's like, I don't mind. I like making food. It's a good thing. So what I'm doing tonight, we have a lot of tortillas. For whatever reason, we slowed down on the tortilla consumption in the home. Sometimes they go through it where they eat all of them up, and then sometimes they go through it where there's like so much extra, and I'm like, okay, so right now we have abundance of tortillas. So I'm gonna try to, so we've had a lot of different meals that I kind of use things up. So when I was at the Detweiler's, I got peppers, and they're kind of smushy, so I'm thinking, why don't I do chicken fajitas? I've got this chicken fajita meat already cooked. I just need to heat it up. So I'm gonna heat that up on the stove. I'm gonna fry some peppers in there. I might sprinkle some of this in there because it's onion in there too. And then we'll have that. I've got lettuce cut up in there. We'll shred some cheese. That's dinner, done. I'll probably do rice. Do everybody like rice? When I do rice, rice is like a staple and it's yummy. So I'll make some rice and then I'm gonna do corn on the cob. One of my viewers told me how to make it with, you fry it with the flour and that. I was gonna do that, but you need oil. I'm like out of oil. So the only reason I'm not doing that is because I don't have it, but I'm gonna try your method. I'm excited to try it. So I'm just gonna boil this for corn, easy enough. And then I've got veggies here. I wanted to cut up yesterday. I did not do that. So I'm gonna do that today because the cucumbers are definitely getting soft because they're time, this, and my things. We'll put this out. I have a lot of hummus cups to use up. Went through a hummus phase, then a non-hummus phase. So I need to use those up so I can get more. And then I want to cook this, the Dehydrated bacon. So I'm gonna cook this because I have a tomato cut up. I actually dropped my tomato on the ground. And when I came out of my car, I was like, no. So it's split. So it's one of those things you need to start using it up. So I cut some up. What do we have? Not yesterday, the day before, whatever we had, some kind of burrito bowl. So I like to do BLTs. There's only gonna be a couple people that eat it. Me, Greg, and I don't know, maybe Brooklyn. No, not even Brooklyn. I don't even know who else eat that, but we like those. So I will make BLT with that. And that's it, that's all I have to do. So I'm gonna get my pans out, wash these veggies, and get that part of my day done, and it'll be easy. When you got days that are crazy, you feel like you need that break, give yourself some grace and do simple, easy meals. I mean, this might not be simple and easy, but it's using up those veggies. The fajitas is definitely easy because I don't have to cook the chicken. Just do what you gotta do. I can't remember the last time I cooked bacon in a pan on the stove. It's been a while. So here it is. I usually cooked it in the cookie jar. I haven't gotten bacon in a long time. We used to get it at the discount store for cheap. And to me, when I opened this up, this reminded me of the Good Restaurant bacon at the discount store in North Carolina. I think I got a package at Sam's Club here. But like, again, we went through like phases where everybody eats it, they don't eat it. Like sausage, they didn't eat for the longest time. Now they love sausage. So I think if we take out of the equation bacon, they might like it again. Let me heat this up. Yeah. Okay, I don't have to worry about babies coming over the stove, so I'm not worried about that. Let me cut some of these up here and put them on for the veggies, and then I'll cut up, let me get a bowl for the peppers. Let's cut all these veggies up. A lot of those cucumbers, because they're very seedy, I thought about doing a cucumber salad my mom used to use with dill and Miracle Whip. I just made a small bowl in case nobody likes it. I'm gonna put the peppers in here. Okay, let's do the carrots. I'm gonna use my shredder. I like a shredder, or not shredder, what's it called? Yeah, like a peeler, and then I'll cut some in for the middle. Lots of green stuff here, which will be good. So the cucumber salad is simple. My mom would always make it before I peel my corn. She'd always make it before, right before we ate dinner. Make a mess. And so she would add, she'd do it in a bowl. She'd do Miracle Whip, a little bit of milk, and salt and pepper, and lots of dill. I remember saying lots of dill. And she had good cooking. And the, I used, and I don't think, did she use garlic? She might have like later on did garlic. But I used dill and I had garlic in it. It's garlic salt, so it has salt in it. So that's good. So that's done. My peppers are pretty much cooked through. I just wanted them like tender crisp, I guess is the word. Corn I'm doing right now. And then the bacon is cooking. I was reminded when I was a kid, did anybody else get burned to death in their eyeball from bacon splatter? Or is that just me? I still remember being like walking up to the stove and my dad was cooking bacon and it splattered up my eyeball. I'm like, oh my goodness, I opened that up. I'm like, oh my goodness, bacon grease. Ugh. That's why I like doing it in the oven. It just splatters in the oven, but it's cooked. I think I haven't watched all the way. Isn't there like a viral bacon hack where you just put it in a pot? And like it turns out, or is that like fake? I don't know. I didn't actually watch it, so I don't really know. But I've just kind of turned it around. It's cooking basically in the oil. It's almost done. This corn doesn't look too bad. Not bad. It's not like delicious, juicy corn from like, say, Michigan. It's really good corn. The mountains was pretty good too. There used to be a guy called the Corn Man up in Port Huron that he had corn and it was just really, really good. We'll see how yummy it is. So I've got, they just look small, but maybe it's, again, I don't know. I'm sure the season goes all the time. It's probably the first part of it. We got corn in, what are we in, April? So that's not bad. So this will go on the stove. Let me pick up all of this hair. Okay, so I will cook that later. I'm just gonna literally put some water in it and put it on the stove. So later, I'll bring it to a boil. Okay, so I guess I've never really cooked it in its grease, but it looks like it's cooking away. Let me take you over there. I've got those 2 trays of veggies right here. These will sit right here. I'm gonna get out some hummus and, I mean, it's still like morning time. Hummus and ranch, so it gets eaten. Let's see if it goes as fast as the raspberries and blueberries did. Probably not, but it'll be good. This is done, so this will be dinner. The rice is steaming, so that's done. You see all that right here? So this is here and done. This is just my fajita meat that I had in the freezer for a couple months. Delicious, yummy. I don't have to think about dinner. I've got tortillas over there, and I got tortillas in the cupboard. Look at how that, like, let's turn it on. Okay. I'm like, wow, it's not like making a greasy splatter because it's not on. It's gonna whoosh. There we go. I'm so sorry. I was like, wow, it really did slow down. No, it's because the burner got shut off. So this is almost done. Like I said, isn't that so sad? It's such a small amount, but that'll be done here. This is done. This will be here. All I gotta do is wipe up my kitchen, and now I can finish. I think, is that all I need to do today? Let me look. For work, for you guys, it's yogurt, popsicles, BLT make, which I'll probably put together, maybe show you that. Corn, tortillas, chicken, ice. That's on my list. And I have a thing to go to tonight. Kids have events to go to, so it's good. So I'm like, I think I'm gonna be done for right now. I'll come back and show you what food looks like, and I'll show you my nails. I'll get my nails done, and I'll show you my nails. And I'm gonna go take a break from you guys, and I'm gonna wipe up my kitchen and make sure we get things done, get kids rolling and move it, and we are gonna do our school and get that accomplished so I can head out the door for a little bit, for a little mom time this afternoon. We gotta shred cheese, that's something we gotta do too. I'll get that up too. It's one of those things like, it's more of a hassle, but the kids like shredding it, so they'll do that. Okay, I'll see you in a little bit. You're fine.
Feet in the spotlight.
Okay, so we did school, got that done. I'm gonna be heading out the door. Maddie's like, can I have a popsicle? I said, is it frozen? They're like froze up so quick, so look at it's kind of bomb pop. It's more like cherry, a little mix of the lemonade with the pink and then blue on top. So homemade bomb pops. We saved ourselves a whole lot of money by making these today. Okay, got back from my nails, so she did a great job. Look at that. I've been using the same color pretty much the last few times I've gone. I'm like, I like it, just keep it. And so I wanted something a little bit brighter, so she did good picking it out. So I do powder dip on my fingers, gel on my toes, and then that lasts for a good, almost the whole, I mean, pretty much the whole month. The only reason I went is because I broke a nail off this one right here, lifted a box outside this week. So got that and got my eyebrows done. So they're a little red. So I'm gonna eat, I'm starving. I'm making a BLT right now for lunch. I have these. The cauliflower tortilla chips are so good. So yeah, that's a delicious sandwich, all stuffed full of yummy stuff. Just put a little bit of that salad and then grapes. I'm gonna eat this because I have to head out the door here in a little bit before dinner will be way later tonight. Okay, I wanted to come outside because kids are inside watching shows. So I am finished for today. I had a great afternoon, got nails done, feeling good. So now I'm gonna eat, and then I have to be running mom once again tonight. So it's been a good day today. So you have a fantastic, I'm talking fantastic rest of your day. And I will see you again tomorrow. We've got another video. See you tomorrow. All right, bye.